Alrighty, so I haven't done a rant in a long time on the internet, seeing I cannot get into my old YouTube account, forgot the password and such, and the email's not working, yada yada yada. Anyways, today's rant's about Amanda Todd, the girl who recently committed suicide in British Columbia. And please ignore my barking dog, she's in her kennel. Anyways, back to the matter of facts. Amanda Todd, born in 1996, 15, 16-year-old girl, bullied out of 3 schools and moved to a different city. Beat up and left alone. Something's not right with this at all. I don't know how school systems are set up in Canada about bullying and their consequences, but usually here in America you see people getting expelled, out of school suspension, in school suspension, detention, parents press charges against students who've done this. Students have to do community service, some go to, juvie. It's a lot of things that we do here. Bullying, of course, is not going to be stopped. But people need to learn how to defend each other. People need to grow tolerant. People need to understand we're all different. And teenagers especially do not have the comprehension of understanding what tolerance is. Some teenagers do have tolerance, but it is very rare to find a teenager that will realize later in life they're probably going to end up just like that student they picked on. And that would be Abby making noise with ice in her cup. Anyways, I'm calling out to the government, to the school systems, with their curriculums. Why is sex ed looked down upon? I think students should take sexual education. Also, internet safety, what to do and what not to do. Amanda Todd flashed a group of people in a chat room after they called her beautiful, stunning, lulling her, luring her into flashing people. She did something that was wrong, so she got bullied, harassed, stalked. And, we've all made mistakes. Let me tell you, I know there's a lot of girls out there that aren't so innocent, that do things a lot worse than flashing a webcam. And I know some of the girls she probably has gone to school with aren't the best girls themselves, aren't the cleanest girls themselves, and probably aren't very virtuous. So, come on. Beating down a girl, bringing a group of people to harass a girl, leave her in a ditch? What kind of faculty is that? What kind of school system is that? And what kind of human beings are they? So I call out to the United States, to Canada, to North America, to Europe, to public schools, private schools. Welcome to 2012. Internet is not safe. No. Everything you post on the internet stays there forever. You think you can delete it? It's there forever. People take screenshots. People can take, and save your files. It's not hard. I mean, I can click Control Function Print Screen, and I can take a screenshot of your picture or your post right before you delete it and have proof of what you said and did. People can record now on computers what they do. Live stream. I can pull up live stream and pull up windows of what I'm doing on my computer or what I'm watching on my computer and show other people. The internet is not safe. Everything you do, everything you say, it can be tracked. It can be watched. And it's not private. Really, if you don't want things showing on the internet, don't put it up. Don't say a word. pretty much to speak no evil, say no evil, hearing no evil. If you don't want people knowing it, don't put it up. So, finally, after so many suicides over bullying, this really struck a chord, because I model. And you know what, teens, you're going to realize, anybody who wants to go into art school, you're going to have nude models you need to study. People who are willing to stand there naked for you to study their anatomy. Anybody who wants to be a doctor or a nurse, gross anatomy. You're going to be looking at the human body to understand how it works. And if you're ever sick, like I've grown up, you're going to be humiliated, where nurses are going to have to help you bathe. Your body has no privacy after a while. As you get older, you're going to realize nudity is nothing. It's nothing. There's pornography out there. The kids get a hold of it too. Playboy, magazines, websites that, have free porn, and you have to click that you're 18. You could be under 18 and get into those. I've seen it happen too many times. And teenagers have sex. You can't stop that. How many of those girls that she'd go to school with, how many of them were having sex left and right? We hear how girls screw the whole school, and this girl jumped from this guy to that guy, and this girl went to a party and gave this guy such and such. Grow up. Is it fun torturing people? People who sit there and grab groups of people? Children, teenagers, who'll bring a group of 15 or so people to harass and bully a girl. You know what that sounds like to me? Oh, and I hate to compare it to this, but take, let's say, the girl who beat down Amanda Todd, that brought the group of people with her. She herself was a person that hurt Amanda, and she brought people that hurt Amanda, or wanted to hurt Amanda, or hated her. That is no better than Hitler, than the Nazis. Okay? I know that is a sick, twisted comparison, but the last person to have hatred like that with followers, a lot of people who followed them, look how that turned out. And now there's the suicide. One day these teenagers are going to regret these decisions they made, and it's going to haunt them as adults. Some of them probably feel bad inside and won't admit it. It's something they're going to have to deal with now, until their grave. Some of them are probably going to need counseling and never admit it. Some of them may need antidepressants and never admit it. I live with cystic fibrosis, a terminal illness that claimed my lungs. I had to get a double lung transplant, October 17th, 2006. I grew up with an abusive father, and that would be my mom's ex-husband. And I had a biological father who ran off to the carnival when I was born. My mother was a strong woman that taught me great values, as did my grandparents and people in my community. I was lucky to have people be very stern with me and show me how not to bully. I'm being bullied myself growing up. But see, the problem is I stood my ground, and not many people can. I'm on anti-anxiety medication. I take Xanax. I'm on Prozac, because I'm in pain, and I have to live with everything I went through mentally growing up. The bullying I took in elementary school. I stopped taking bullying in 7th grade. That's when I started knocking heads together. That's when I started talking back. That's when I started taking action and going to adults and other people. And that's when I started getting quiet. In high school, it got to the point where I withdrew from everybody in my first high school, right after my grandfather died. And my second high school, I decided, you know what? I'm going to be myself and not care who thinks what. I got most unique in the yearbook, whoop-de-doo, but I had respect. People didn't hate me. I was myself. I didn't go around screwing the whole school. I didn't disrespect people. It didn't matter if they were preppy, emo, goth, nerds, anything. You can call me a dorky, nerdy, gothic. I don't know what you would call me. I have modifications now. I'm tattooed all over, yet I have respect of people. I'm covered in piercings. I'm covered in surgical scars. Didn't have the most lavish, luxurious life growing up. I didn't have a high-class family. I grew up in middle class. And right now, I'm not the richest person in the world. I have a child I take care of with my partner. And you know what? People can just kiss my ass. You've got to stop thinking about what others think of you and continue on in life. Not everybody's going to like you. I think it was Marilyn Monroe that said, the more people that hate me, the more famous I am. Or if you don't like me, you obviously don't know who I am. Something along those lines. Actually, in British Columbia, where Amanda Todd had died, Ava Markford had lived. And in her final video she made before she died, when she told the world she was dying, when she died, when her double lung transplant failed from cystic fibrosis, is to love. The biggest lesson you're going to learn in life is to love and be loved in return. So I say, and I dare you, to learn how to be tolerant, to learn to love. Walk in somebody else's shoes. Be friends with somebody. Find something in common. And if you don't like somebody or something about them, ignore it. Move on. Life is way, way too short to hate. I am 26 years old, and I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for my organ donor. I would have been dead before 21. I shouldn't have even made it through high school. Doctors said I wouldn't even have made it to 16. I wouldn't have made it through elementary school. I wouldn't have graduated. I got my transplant a month before my birthday, a month and 11 days before my 21st birthday. I know from experience what depression, what pain, what fear, what sickness, what hatred feels like. And you know what's funny? Through all of that, I came out as an alternative model. I am called beautiful every day. I hear it from so many people. I'm told I'm a great person. I'm smart. I have a high IQ. I graduated with great grades. A 3.8 or 3.9 average. College, I have a 3.9. I started with pharmacy and I'm into psychology. I'm a professional piercer. I train therapy dogs. Guess what? I'm a freak. I have depression. And let me tell you, Adam and Eve were stark naked in the Garden of Eden. Get over it. It's the human body. We were all born nude, so we cover it with clothes. So she flashed somebody. Leave her to rest in peace now. If people are actually throwing a party over her death, you're not going to like your future. You're not going to like how many people are already angry around the world. So you can sit there and think you're all that, and your little words, I don't really remember what people said in high school. But let me say it in my terms. You're fucked. Okay, children? You're screwed over. You've screwed up your lives. You're going to have to live with something that's going to haunt you forever. It's not her ghost. It's your ghosts. Your choices. So, that's all I gotta say. Rest sweetly, Amanda. At least you're in a better place.